If you are into high-stakes magic, epic world building, and emotionally rich characters, you're going to want to stick around for this one. Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Hina here, and today I'm talking about a fantasy book that totally swept me off my feet. Lunarmancer by Jake Bennett. So imagine a world where magic is tied to the moon, and ancient curses, war dragons, and magical academies all exist in one breathtakingly created world. It sounds intense, right? And it absolutely is. But it's also beautifully and excellently character driven. And that's what sets Lunarmancer apart. The story follows Reika, a former servant girl who turns into a war dragon. Now, I know what you're thinking. Another Chosen One story, right? But no. Reika's arc is extremely personal. She's not just gaining powers, but she's also unlearning survival habits, rebuilding her identity, and trying to reclaim control of her own narrative. I absolutely loved how psychologically and realistically grounded her character was. Honestly, she reminded me of early Tamora Pierce heroines, but with a bit more trauma and grit. And then there's the supporting cast with Kenzuo, Leaf, Destrian, and Junaid. There was not even a single throwaway character. And that's another thing that really impressed me. Everyone has depth, layers, and a very strong past that nicely bleeds into the present. So basically, the characters are extremely complex, but in the best possible way. Now, coming to the world building. It is dense. There are consortiums, dream prison, warrior academy, and an extremely tangled history of magical politics. It's a lot, and at times it can feel like drinking from a fire hose. But if you're someone who lives for rich lore, I would say Brandon Sanderson level lore, then you're going to love this one. The prose is quite cinematic. That's Eddie. There are great action scenes and the pacing is dynamic. But there are also moments of reflection, and I think as a writer and an editor that those subtle and quiet moments are actually what really highlight the extremely intense scenes. Now, having praised this book so much, I would just like to say that this book is a solid 4.5 stars out of 5 stars for me. I'm not going to give it full 5 stars because of two issues. One, at some times I felt that the exposition was a bit dense. Now, considering that this is the first book, especially a debut novel by author Jake Bennett, it's a very forgivable mistake. So I'm not going to hold it against him. And the other issue that I had was that I felt that the pacing was a bit dense at some places. Now again, it ties back to the fact that the exposition was a bit dense at some places, and that is what actually led to the issue with the pacing as well. But because this is the first book and hopefully there'll be more books in the series, I am confident that this issue will not be as glaring as it is in this one. These are just tiny bumps in a pretty phenomenal ride, so they can be totally overlooked. If you love stories with found family, morally grey characters, and dragons and magic with real consequences, Lunarmancer is absolutely worth your time. So have you read Lunarmancer by Jake Bennett, or are you planning to pick it up? Let me know in the comments below, and if you enjoyed this review, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. And don't forget to hit the small bell icon so that you can be notified each and every single time I post a review or reading update. Until next time, keep your stories magic infused.